Hello everyone! Welcome to today's video. So today I'm actually doing a collab with Lea. She has her own YouTube channel and an Instagram account, and you guys can go follow those if you would like. She makes a lot of the same videos that I do, or like the same style of videos, like bullet journaling and lettering and things. So go give her a follow. Her name's Lea again, and I'll put it in the description, all of her information, and go check her out. Anyways, so let's get started. Right here, I'm showing you guys what my supplies I'm going to be using are. This is a Tombow brush pen. It's the harder tip. The difference between a hard tip and a soft tip brush pen is that the hard tip you push harder to make the thicker lines, and usually you can't get as thick of lines, but you can get much skinnier lines than if you used a soft tip. Now I'm just using a Crayola marker. As you can see, it can also work really well. It just has to have a tip that can bend, if that makes sense. So those are the difference between those two. Now I am using the soft tip brush pen. This one is my favorite, and you can see it's kind of my favorite look too once I do it. It's my favorite to use because it's easiest to make the thick lines. So the thing about this one is you have to be very light when you're doing the upstrokes, and I'll explain all of that in a second. So I want you to get out a piece of paper, and if you can have a Crayola marker like this or any of the other, like if you have a brush pen, wonderful, use that. But I want you to practice going thin lines up, thick lines down, thin lines up, thick lines down. And I just want you to do squigglies like I'm doing right here. This is the best practice to get used to the thick down strokes and the thin up strokes. Ultimately, this is going to be the main calligraphy that I teach you from this video. And so if you just practice by doing those squiggly lines, it'll make a huge difference. They might not look exactly like that at first, but the more you practice, the better you'll get. And it doesn't matter what marker you're doing this with. If you're able to do thin up strokes and thick down strokes, especially if you're doing it with pressure and like the direction of your pen, that's what's going to make you best at calligraphy. And it's what's going to build your skill the most. So if you keep practicing that, and once you start feeling a little bit comfortable with it, you can continue on to the next step, which is applying this technique into cursive letters. So I want you to take the same things that you've done with those and choose a word to write. I'm just going to write the word YouTube, and we are going to practice doing thick downstrokes and thin upstrokes in our lettering. So there I am. I'm going thick downstroke, thin upstroke, thick downstroke, thin, thick, thin, thick. You get the idea. So you're going to keep doing that, and here I am doing it with the Crayola marker to show you guys, and then I will do it with my other markers so you can see those examples as well. If you don't have the right supplies or you're struggling too much with this, there is also a way to do calligraphy without having to make the brush strokes thicker as you are writing them. So I will show you guys that in just a moment, and I like to call it fake calligraphy. It's basically calligraphy. It looks the same, so it's fine, I think. But there's me doing it with my softer brush pen. Okay, so now let's do the, as I like to call it, fake calligraphy. So here I have a pen, and it doesn't have a tip that can like squish or move or do thicker lines. And so I'm just going to write YouTube in cursive, and then I'm just going to color in, like thicken, the downstrokes. So basically, it's creating the same sort of image as the earlier calligraphy that we did, except you don't have to do it as you're writing it. You just write the word in cursive and then thicken the downstrokes. So as you can see, I did it right there. It's a little bit smaller because I had a skinnier pen, but that is exactly what you would do with something like that if you wanted to still get the calligraphy look, but not have to do calligraphy and not need all the practice. So I used to do only that before I learned how to do the actual calligraphy, just like this one. But I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you're not ready to do that one yet, if you need more practice, or even if you just don't have the right materials for it. Alrighty, so finally I'm going to give you guys 5 font ideas for your lettering, for bullet journaling or pen paling or whatever you're using this lettering for, even like notes for school. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to be giving you 5 ideas. The first one I'm showing you is just the basic calligraphy that we went over, so thick downstrokes, thin upstrokes, and it's just cursive. The second idea I am giving you guys is to do thick downstrokes and thin upstrokes, but with print. So like any other font, even if it's not cursive, you can still use the downstroke and upstroke bit to add some dimension to your letters, make them a little bit different. The third idea is going to be kind of a layered letters thing. You'll see in a second. But the first step is to write out in long, skinny cursive, not skinny, but like short cursive, with whatever word you're going to use, and then draw half block letters on the top and bottom. It is easiest if you take a piece of tape and put it in the middle while you're writing the big letters and then take it off and then write the small letters, but I just did it the opposite way because that's what I usually do. I was testing out another font, but I didn't end up using that, so you can just ignore that random bullet journal thing right in the middle. Anyways, moving on to the next font, I wrote bullet journal in all block letters in a lighter color, and then I'm taking my black brush pen and I'm going under it but smaller, and so it's like layered, but it doesn't have the empty space like the one earlier. It's just where you can see the writing on top of the other writing, but then it's both there. And with that one, I like to make sure that I line up the letters with each other so that you can read it easier. Then for this last one, I'm going to show you guys how to do a drop shadow. I use these on so many of my things. You can see that I'm writing the letters in block letters, and then I'm taking a thinner pencil or pen or anything and making a thicker line of a different color on the side of the letter. And so I'm only doing it on the bottom and the side, and you can decide which direction you want it to be, but I usually default to the right of the letter, and then I just go with it. So if you guys request it, I will make a video more detailed about specifically drop shadows, but for now that's what I'm explaining here. I'm showing you a different example of the drop shadow where you don't color it in. I also like to add stripes on them because I think they're super cute, and you'll see it in a second. You may have seen it in my thumbnail picture because I did it for one of the words in that. But here I am just drawing a small outline. I did this one in blue just to add some more fun colors. And I'm just drawing the same outline. And then I will color it in, or I will do stripes, and that is that font. So thank you everyone for watching. That's my video for today. I hope you guys liked it. Remember that it was a collab with Lea, so go check out her video that she did. She is doing more calligraphy things that you can learn and more fonts, and I will put that video in the description. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to her channel, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best. Good luck with your practicing of your calligraphy. You'll get it. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye.